Welcome to the Skeptics Guide to Investing with Steve Davenport and Clem Miller. Every 2 weeks, Steve and Clem bring you brief investment insights you may not find anywhere else. We hope you enjoy today's episode. Here are Steve and Clem.
Hello, everybody. I'm Steve Davenport.
And I'm Clem Miller. Welcome to our new podcast, Skeptics Guide to Investing. Our mission at Skeptics Guide is to provide you a different take on the news, markets, and investments. We find that the mainstream business media often misses the point, or doesn't tell the whole story, or keeps repeating the party line, or puts a bit too much spin on things. On our podcast, we're going to provide you unvarnished perspectives on markets and investing that you may not find anywhere else. Sometimes you'll even get two opposing perspectives on this show, as Steve and I may not always agree. So who are we anyway? We offer decades of experience in investing, markets, and economics. We both hold the Chartered Financial Analyst designation and hold leadership positions in our respective CFA societies, Atlanta and Baltimore. The Chartered Financial Analyst CFA designation is considered the gold standard credential for investment analysts. We're both managing our own personal investment portfolios. We've got our own money on the line. Steve and I approach investing from different perspectives, which we think you'll find engaging. I tend to take a fundamental approach to investing. That means I prefer to look at particular stocks and the market's influences on stocks.
I tend to take a more quantitative approach, aiming to protect whole portfolios against downside risk using equity options. Despite our style differences, we share in a healthy skepticism about what many commentators and so-called experts tell us. Sometimes the commentators talk, but don't really say anything. Their mouths move, but nothing useful or interesting comes out. We prefer to be skeptical. Skepticism is a good thing. Skepticism is simply a one-word way to describe critical thinking skills. When it's your own personal money at stake, Clem and I think it's real important to exercise critical thinking. You can lose your money pretty quickly if you don't exercise a healthy skepticism. Sometimes it even helps to be cynical, if it might save you money. Investing is, of course, a serious subject. However, investing doesn't have to be a dry and boring subject. Our podcast will be fun and engaging. It won't be stuffy. Of course, we're looking for your ideas on podcast topics and your comments. So please reach out to us on Instagram, LinkedIn, or our YouTube page. Last, I will say our podcast is meant for investors at all levels of experience and skill, from beginning to expert. Straight talk for all.
And no nonsense as well. Welcome to our adventure. Let's get started.
The views shared on this podcast represent the personal investment views of the hosts. They are for educational purposes and not meant to be taken as investment advice. Listeners should consult their own investment, legal, and tax advisors. Past performance of any investments is not a guarantee for future return.